It's v.h.s.x. What do you mean?
Alright everybody, welcome back to a brand new video. Today we have another video suggested by one of you guys in the Discord community. Shout out to Cozy for suggesting this MintSkull video titled Grimoire Perks Suck, PTB date revealed, DVD news. And I wanted to quickly talk about more so the Grimoire situation, which I think as well, I forgot to mention, Unruly Lime had also suggested this as well. So shout out to both of you guys for suggesting this video for discussion. Now, I wanted to talk specifically about the Grimoire Killer section, because there's definitely a lot of things within the video that can be discussed. But I want to talk about the Grimoire update as it, basically on its own. And I guess we could briefly talk about these survivor perks, considering we're here and we're actually going to be looking at what's being introduced.
For that. And now let's talk about all the Grimoire updates, as the devs confirmed that they're close to have a feature complete chapter, which means we're close to getting this chapter out, and no new content will be added to it. However, it doesn't mean the chapter is ready and there is still a lot of stuff to polish. The devs confirm that we will be seeing more of how the Judgment's power works on the May 7th community livestream, so at least that is confirmed. And one of the things that they explored is in this GIF, where we can see that the Judgment's aiming power does not move forwards, as instead it works like a very fast Pyramid Head line where the beam spawns on top of the Judgment and it travels very fast.
So that right there is the main reason why I stopped caring about the Grimoire chapter completely, because I think that it sort of became, it's essentially just Henry 2.0 for me. Like, and what I really liked initially when the very first sort of prototype review we had was literally like it had a beam of light out of its hand and it would shoot it out, and I thought, oh, that's so cool. Like, we don't have any characters that do that, like that this isn't a thing, and I thought that would be really interesting to see implemented. And then they decided to completely remove that and now make it under the ground attack, and I'm like, great, so we get one of those again. I'm like, great. Which I already lost interest in playing Henry as it was, because Shift W is still the biggest issue that a lot of those killers, especially ranged, have to face. It's the constant Shift W meta that has no counter, unfortunately. So the fact of the matter is that the character will still fall on the wayside and be unplayed. Their pick rate will still stay low, and then they will be forgotten like the rest of the low tiers and the range killers that nobody plays anymore. So that's already just been my issue with that. Now, that's already just my issue when it came down to it. Now we're essentially getting the same thing again, but now they're changing it. At least they changed it to where it's actually like a ranged ability that shoots pretty quickly. I was kind of concerned that if they make it too slow, they'll be able to just insta dodge in the matter of seconds, and then you just waste a bunch of energy and time, which they most likely will make it happen that way, because that's just how they develop their killers for some unknown reason. They have to make everything slow, unintuitive, and unfun, and sluggish, and clunky, and all that kind of stuff. So I knew that was going to pretty much be a thing. I knew that was coming. So, what can you do? You know what I mean? What can you do?
In the playtest we did, the power would move forwards constantly while holding it, and then it would be cast, which made it possible for survivors to just stand still to avoid the beam. And it seems like this is the dev's alternative way to use the power and prevent these kinds of plays. In my opinion, what is shown here seems to be much stronger and easier to use compared to what we playtested.
I can also imagine that if you are a controller user, that is going to be a pain in the ass to use. So, you know, rest in peace for the controller enjoyers.
Next up, we have a short video of the devs testing the control of the beam power, which works like in the playtest. And if you have a good eye, in that blur of pixels, you can see the model of the killer as well as the first person animations where it lifts the left hand to cast the beam. And we can even see the staff weapon we voted for before, of course with no textures.
Yeah, I also thought that the weapon wasn't very interesting. Like, I mean, already with the vote, I thought it was horrible. I was like, why are we, you know, getting a what is that, a spider looking with wings. I'm like, why do you need what? Like, I kind of sat there like, if you got wings, why do you have a bunch of legs sticking out? Like, oh no, whatever. That's what they voted for. I can't. There's nothing I can do about that. So, and the staff is just kind of meh. Like, I don't know. It's like a glaive or something. Come on.
This is the very first time we see the killer in game, so it's really cool to see. Along that, we get a video showcasing the hopeless exile mechanic, and we can see,
which unfortunately is kind of reused from like the 2v8, but you know, it is what it is. You know what I mean? I don't expect anything fresh because obviously that's limitations in their code, so obviously they're not going to be able to like do anything super crazy. But yeah, I mean, I guess they don't really use that thing again, which I think that's the Knight's animation, if I'm not mistaken, when he drops down his guards.
that the devs will be implementing an animation of going in and going,
which is, to be fair, I did suggest they do that for like a Nemesis rework, so that is fine. Like, you know what I mean? That isn't, I don't have anything, there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm just saying.
The locker animations. Next, we have the work in progress VFX of the Ray of Retribution, so it looks more like a beam of light coming from the sky, which I am sure is going to look awesome in game. Additionally, they showed their work in progress scene animation on survivors, which looks kinda like the Unknown's weekend effect on the head, but much spikier, and I honestly like this animation.
I will say this one thing, I do like that little like spiky kind of like, you know, sparkling effect. I do like that. I will say, you know, I gotta give credit where it's due. The art team always knocks it out of the park, so that's why I'm like, you know, you got it, art team. You know what I'm saying? Those are always the goats. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to DVD, I gotta say that much. It's just the balancing team is where we have a problem.
As is. Now finally, for the killer power, we have a showcase of the Hopeless Exile arena, and what is really cool is that it looks like the statue of the Judgment will appear in the middle of the map overlooking the rest. The beams will still spawn like in the playtest, only they have no VFX as of now. As a reminder, this arena is going to look like this when it's finished. And now let's talk about the part I am sure most of you are worried of. And that's the...
So that's good to see. Now, what I want to jump over to is the survivor perks, because I know one of you guys, or a few of you guys, were curious to hear my thoughts on those, which I can't fully give with confidence because obviously I don't play much survivor at all at this point. But I will at least give my take from a killer's perspective of going against it, which hopefully will help you guys kind of get an idea of what we might be going up against. So let's take a look here. So it says Steadfast, the boon perk that makes a single generator's progress permanent. Oh my Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Oh wow. Love, oh goody. Woo. Oh yeah. Oh good. Oh okay. Oh man, I didn't, wow. We aren't off the rip, we get permanent progress again. Fucker. Why are they so obsessed with this stinking permanent stuff? Like, what happens to permanent on killer? Jesus Christ. Anyway, they say, oh boy, when next to a totem, use Eat a Blessed, creating a unique boon totem that combines all your boons. Combines all your boons. Survivors repairing the closest gen within the boons range. Whenever they succeeded a basic great skill check, the generator gains 1% permanent progress. They repair the gen 50% slower. So I do like the fact that it does repair the gen slower. Like, that is starting to get into what the biggest issue basically the biggest issue that we've all been talking about. And I don't know, maybe that means that Behaviour is listening. Like, they are noticing even on their own stats, like, yo, the kill rates are dropping, the games are quick as shit. Like, we might have to address it. So maybe this is their way of saying that we see it. I don't know for sure. I'm still pretty concerned. I have no idea how that's gonna go. So let's take a look at the next perk here, which is Fruits of Your Labor. This is a token perk that gives incremental haste and healing. Whenever a generator is completed, you gain 1 token. Then, for each token, you gain 5% haste for 2 seconds. And you'll gain 20% healing progress. Okay. I kind of see what they're trying to do. I kind of see what they're trying to do. I kind of see the vision. It's like basically saying, like similar to how killers have perks where like if the gens get completed, you get something like in return. So the perk at least is not offensive, I would say. Like it would be, I mean, it probably is going to be a pain in the ass when it does activate, but I can't say that it's going to be like game breaking. Thankfully, I can say with confidence that it's not going to be meta, which is good because that means it's not like, you know, the people that use meta slop are just going to continue to use meta slop, which is in itself a problem. But at least we're not getting like the same thing like we had with the cross suit where they want to release survivor perks that literally help the meta just get even worse, which is just ridiculous. So I can say with some confidence that it's not going to like destroy the game, thankfully, unless it stacks with something. And it seems like there's another perk called Salvation's Cry, which just says whenever the killer starts chasing you for 10 seconds, other survivors will see your aura and the killer's aura. That I don't know how I feel about that one though. Oh boy. Like I understand the vision. Like I think they're trying to add this for maybe like solo queue players. They're probably trying to add this for, you know, uncoordinated individuals like in teams and things like that. I do kind of understand it. I don't think it's super offensive in terms of like how ridiculously broken some perks can be. I'm a little bit concerned because it is 10 entire seconds, which I think is kind of crazy. Like I think they should split it where they have like you get 5, you know, sort of 5 seconds of seeing the killer, but 10 seconds of showing your own aura to the other survivors. Like that's what I think. I think that would just be better. Because, and the reason I say that is because anytime I've ever seen a killer perk have aura, it's usually maximum 6 seconds. I've usually seen like it's kind of weird. Like they like killer perks always have super low aura numbers, but then when it comes to survivor, I see a perk like this, it's like 10 seconds. I'm like, why are we adding 10 for? Like let's drop that down to 5. Let's be consistent here. Like if we're gonna make aura perks last like 5 seconds, make it last like 5 seconds for everybody. That would make more sense to me, at least just to keep it fair, because I don't know. All right, but that's just me. Now, like I said, I don't think the perk is that crazy. Like I was expecting something more ridiculous, especially with how unbelievably useless that the killer perks were. But at the same time, I've kind of expected this. Like if we're getting the community to vote for these things, and the majority are survivor players that are casual voting for the perks, I imagine that they're going to pick the worst killer perks to get added into the game, and then they'll add in the best survivor perks to get added into the game. That's just simply how it would work, because due to just bias and within the community itself. So that's just kind of expected. But I want to know what you guys think of the information we have now. Do you like the killer concept? Do you like these perks on Survivor? Like, do you think these perks are like crazy or overpowered? Do you think that they're balanced? I want to know what you guys think. And I will see you guys in the next one. Hit the thumbs up. Become a member on YouTube or Patreon. We'll see you guys in the next one. Also sub on Twitch. All right, let's go ahead and read off these wonderful members. We got Patreon, Crow Vader. All my YouTube members, Brando, Evil Blade, Cap Courteous, WTF You're Not J-Lo, Evil Peach, Cargan Falcon, Dole Whip, Noxus, Zero Mocker, Jack, Christian, and Crow Vader. Really appreciate you guys supporting, man. And if you also subbed on Twitch, just know that you got love coming your way too. Appreciate you guys, man.